Unfortunately, the challenges that we're having today around talent are not going to go away anytime soon. Just not enough. There's just not enough people. And the ones that we're interviewing, a lot of times just don't seem right for our organization for any number of reasons. So I'd encourage you to do two things around this issue that you're facing. The first one is be patient and wait for the right person rather than settling for somebody that may not be a fit for the role or not be a fit for your organization. Long term, you're going to do more damage to your organization that way than you would do if you waited. Secondly, though, I am regularly telling owners and leaders, okay, let me do a caveat here. For super technical roles, this is not going to apply. But for many roles in your organization, sales included, you should be hiring for soft skills first and for their experience in your industry second. For a lot of roles in your organization, teaching somebody about your industry is a lot easier than teaching them the necessary soft skills to be successful. This is one of the biggest gaps in people coming out of college and even coming out of MBA programs. What do I mean when I say soft skills? Things like situational awareness. Do I know when it's appropriate for me to speak in a room? Do I know when I shouldn't speak? Do I know what I should say? Can I play out the effect of something I'm going to say or do long term? Situational awareness. Secondly, EQ. We've all heard of that emotional quotient, right? That ability to manage my own emotions, read the emotions of others, and be able to adjust in any situation. I'm going to add to that AQ, your adversity quotient. You hire somebody who can break down a wall through adversity, who doesn't give up, who goes over the wall, around the wall, under the wall, anything they need to do to overcome adversity. That is an employee that you're going to have for a long time. That's very difficult to teach compared to your industry or compared to a lower level job, a lower skilled job in your organization. I would pick AQ every day of the week. Also, the ability to collaborate. Can they work on a team? More and more of our projects are team related in organizations. If you can't collaborate and be a good team member, you're not going to be a good employee. Can you work independently, though? As you start to have to do more hybrid work, more remote work versus completely in the office work, you're going to need people that can work independently and not require somebody to constantly be looking over their shoulder. Critical thinking. Man, I don't know why there seems to be a dearth of this in just the world today, but your ability to think critically through problems and through situations and set your personal bias aside and look at something factually and critically is a skill that we don't have enough of in business today. And finally, this one might seem surprising to you, but I would look for a skill that I call net weaving. I didn't coin the term. A man named Bob Littell coined the term. There's a difference between networking and net weaving that I think is interesting and important. So think about it when we go to networking meetings. We're looking at somebody's badge and we're thinking to ourselves, I wonder how this person could help me. We start to figure out what we can get from that person. A net weaver is a person who's constantly thinking first, how can I help that other person? What can I do to connect that person to other people in my network that might add value to them? That's net weaving. And that is a quality that you can teach, but there are net weavers out there in the world that are just automatically people looking for how they can serve somebody else, leveraging their network. Why do I think net weaving is an attribute that you should be looking at when you're hiring for soft skills? Well, if you think about a person like that, they're constantly putting themselves in the shoes of the other person and thinking about what might be helpful to that other person. That is somebody who gets out of their own way and is not constantly thinking about themselves, but thinking about what is better for other people or the organization. You know, there's a book by Adam Grant. I wish I could remember the name of it. It just occurred to me. But he's done a research on who's more successful in business, givers, takers, or what I call, and I don't know that this is his term, smart givers, right? So we kind of assume that people that just give all the time don't do well in business. And you're right, because they're generally doormats, right? They don't know when to give, they just give all the time. Takers, we would think, would be those people that are successful because they're constantly taking. Well, the research shows that that's actually not true either. The category of people that are most successful in life and in business are what I call strategic givers. Again, I don't know what his word is, but the word I use is strategic giver. In other words, somebody that doesn't give arbitrarily just because they're a doormat, but they're giving with an eye toward not necessarily reciprocity, but benefit to both groups, benefit to both people. Net weavers automatically think that way. They're looking for ways to help other people, knowing that at some point that's going to come back around and help them if they give in that way. So, especially in sales, but also in other parts of your organization, I think you would be well served to step back from thinking that every employee has to have experience in your specific industry and look at hiring for soft skills first, hiring for experience in your industry second. Let me know what you think below.